shocked. I couldn't believe she dodged it so fast. So I just ran out of there. I packed my bags and I left.
You just left just like that?
Yeah, I went to the co-op, grabbed a few Monster Energy drinks, and I just ran. Oh, welcome to the Zew.
Oh,
episode
welcome to
3.
the Zew.
Oh, sorry about that.
Welcome. So, Lew, what's your excuse?
I was at a weekend vacation at a banana peeling contest. I came first place though.
Oh,
so that's good.
Did you get a trophy?
I didn't get a trophy. I got a banana, unfortunately.
Well,
it was really crap.
Did you eat
it? So no,
it?
actually, my actual excuse. No, I am very sorry. There has been a delay in the episodes, and it's because I was midway through moving back to uni because we had a little break. I was midway through moving back, and it is assignment and exam season here. So.
Oh yeah, exams are starting up.
Yeah. So I had a lot to do, a lot of revision, a lot of work, and I've been working my bum off. So this was kind of like the only little chance I had recently. But right. After this, I feel like it will return to normal scheduling. I'm very sorry for you.
Yeah, you're here now.
I'm here now.
You weren't here before, but you're here now. You're probably not going to be here in the future. Yeah,
I'm not going to be
that's
peeling
right.
no bananas.
Wait.
What? I'm dead.
Anyway, in this episode, we have artwork made by Tewiie. Thank you, Tewiie, for this artwork. If you want your artwork on the podcast, you can send it to us in our Discord channel's art gallery or message us on Twitter, and we might feature it. Yes,
links are in the description if you want to follow them, because we don't get enough clout. We need that clout,
We need that interaction, man.
Exactly. Look, follow me. I only have 5 million subscribers.
I need followers, man.
Follow me, for God's sake.
Followers. Follow me.
Like
if you see me walking down the street, just start following me.
Not that. No. Don't do that. There's a few things I need to talk about today, and urgency. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no urgency. I'm joking. I just want to talk about.
I guess I'm just gonna leave them. I thought you had something important.
No, just chill, Zet. Chill. Look, there's nothing to talk about urgently. Okay. Except for the next banana peeling contest is in a week, and I need to be there. So it might be a delay on the episode, guys. No.
Yes.
So E3 is coming up, right? June, July.
Yeah, I think it's in June. I think it's in a month,
summer.
Actually.
Bloody hell, that's coming.
I hate how that's in America.
Why, you'd go? Isn't it so expensive?
Exactly. Like if it was just here,
I'm rich.
If it was here in Europe, I'd at least like follow around on it. Like stay up to date with what date it is, because I probably still wouldn't go knowing me, but it would feel possible. But then it's in America, so you're just like well, I guess I never can.
The times are too weird to watch the live kind of announcements.
Yeah, that's another good point that I didn't think about.
Yeah, because you're dumb.
There's also like PAX and all the other things that are there. I think the only one that is in Europe is Insomnia and Gamescom, right?
I think so. Yeah, you might have Twitch London sometimes or something. Yeah,
but
like
TwitchCon's not really the same, is it?
No, they're all crap. Okay, Insomnia is good. The rest are crap. They should promote me. What? They should hire me.
They should hire me. Marketing manager.
They should hire me for promotion.
Crap. It should be here.
It's like, no, look, Gamescom, crap. Insomnia, that's where you want to be. Look, future Gamescom sponsorships, I'm really sorry I didn't mean it. Don't hold me to that, what I just said.
Sponsored by Gamescom. Let's go to Insomnia.
I would love to go to Gamescom, okay? I'm joking. Look, I want to queue. Okay, I should shut up. So, E3, it looks really cool. I want to go there every year. And this year, something's come up, Zet.
Okay. I don't know what games are going to come up in E3 this year.
You don't? Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Do you know Netflix, like big streaming platform, which you probably watch?
No, what's Netflix?
We've chilled before. We watched it and chilled. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. With a bowl of popcorn. Mm-hmm. Our dicks out for that's an old meme. That's coming. It's coming back.
We're going for a Harambe.
Hashtag bring back Harambe. That's what.
Hashtag revive Harambe.
Okay. Oh, don't say revive, because that makes it sound morbid.
So sad.
Okay, no. So E3, Netflix is actually making an announcement.
Hold on. Netflix at E3?
Yeah, Netflix is making an announcement at E3, right? So they were on Twitter, right? And they atted E3 and they said, "Yo, is there space for us at E3?" And E3 was like, "Oh, what are you thinking of doing?"
This is hosting a banana eating contest.
And Netflix was like, "Yes, reserve me a spot. I'm coming." So that's where I'm going next week.
That's why there's going to be no episode 4.
Yeah, sorry. I'm becoming a full-time banana eater. There is not going to be any more zoos. Right. No, but Netflix are actually hosting a panel at E3 talking about games they're working on. Isn't that mad?
Netflix working on games.
Netflix, a big streaming company, movies and TV shows, doing games.
What kind of games are they making?
So I think on one of their tweets they promoted a Stranger Things kind of game.
So they're making games out of Netflix things.
Maybe.
Or are they just going to make like general games supported by Netflix?
It would be mad, wouldn't it? A Netflix exclusive game. Do you want a Netflix original game? Oh, I'd love a Netflix original game.
Netflix adaptation. Just take an animated movie, Netflix adaptation, real life, but then Netflix game adaptation.
Do you know what? I reckon that the only reason they're at E3 is because they've adapted every game there. And every game is a Netflix adaptation. Borderlands 3, that's a Netflix adaptation. Netflix have done it. They've created it. They have the rights. Boom.
I was just about to say, just imagine Pokemon, but we already have Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
That's true, and I bet that'll be on Netflix.
I can imagine a Netflix adaptation of Super Smash Bros.
Oh my god.
It's just like a whole big fight club, but they punch each other and they fly through the building. with extra flames. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Is that just an explosion when you go out the map?
When you go out the map, yeah, I don't know. It's like a beam of light.
It's a beam of light. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So they've kind of already dabbled in the gaming kind of thing, but not really. Do you remember that Black Mirror thing they did?
I only know the series.
Yeah, well, no, right. Black Mirror. They did an interactive game type thing where you just basically choose your own story.
Was it like VR?
No.
Okay,
it wasn't really a game. It was like those old games you used to get on your TV.
Because I think I might have seen this.
Choose your own adventure kind of thing.
But was it like something where there's like an old monitor or like a really old screen?
I didn't play it. I have no clue.
I think I might have seen a picture of it, but I might be wrong here. It might be a different game.
But they brought out a recent one with Bear Grylls. You just basically, you have to kind of choose what you have to do in a right situation. So it's like, wow, we are just arrived in the wild. Behind me is a nice chain, but it's rusty. Do I climb up that chain and risk getting rust poisoning? Or do I enter that cave over there with a nice fire and a jacuzzi? It's like, I don't know, Bear Grylls.
It's a voice acted by Bear Grylls too, then.
Yeah, no, Bear Grylls is in it.
We need to make a let's play out of that, Lew. So I don't know what we're gonna do about this rusty chain.
It's like this cave, it didn't have a jacuzzi. It turned out a polar bear was in that jacuzzi. It's like, oh no, what do we do now? There's an adder next to it. Do we throw it at the polar bear or run for our lives? It's different, Zet, okay? We never know what's going to happen. I'm rambling on.
I just really want to see now, cool, like, at the forest mod featuring Bear Grylls. So I need to build a campfire before the cannibals arrive.
Oh no, Bear Grylls. He's such an iconic character. I love him. He's so good. Character? I called him a character.
Such an iconic character.
Yeah, but no. E3 is looking promising though. You gotta admit.
What's coming up? Do you know what's coming up on E3? Because like I said, yes, I don't really follow it when it's in America.
Now, genuinely, I've recently looked at what's coming out. I'm pretty sure they've. Do you know, we were talking about Dying Light on this podcast a couple. Wait,
that was last time.
We've done 2 prior to this, so it was probably last time. It feels so long, Zet. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the last podcast we talked about Dying Light. They're bringing out number 2 apparently.
Dying Light 2. That might be
cool. Dying Light 2. No,
you know, when we talked about Dying Light
3,
last time, I said how it was meh, but I also said how I looked up and it got really good reviews. I'm looking forward to Dying Light 2 now. I haven't played Dying Light 1.
a zombie parkour game. What can go wrong?
Honestly,
Right.
just that concept itself is just really cool.
Exactly.
Zombie parkour.
It is. Yeah. No, it is. Mirror's Edge meets Minecraft zombie mod.
Because it feels like there's a reason to go to the rooftops. You know, because the zombies can't do parkour, so it feels like you're above everything.
Well, you don't know that, Zet. You've never played the game.
No, but I've seen the trailer.
Shut up, Zet.
Oh, crap.
Right. No. Right. Okay. This is an unusual game which I've seen coming out though.
Okay.
It's called Bee Simulator, Zet.
Bee
How'd you like
Simulator.
that? Bee Simulator.
Is that like goat simulator?
Do you know what? I have no clue. All I know is you're a bee. You're a bee,
You're
right?
a bee.
I've seen a little bit of the trailer. This seems very, you're not actually you don't do bee stuff. I mean, you might pollinate, might sting people and die because bees do that. But I saw a trailer where you just flew through rings, like a kind of aviation game where you're just flying through rings. And I'm like, what's going on? What is this game about?
So when bees in real life have to go to flowers, they have like checkpoint rings in the air that they see.
Yeah.
Invisible to the human eye.
But
Science
really
has
cool.
revealed that bees see
You need to look at the
rings.
graphics. The graphics are really cool.
I
It's
imagine
very,
like
very well done.
whenever I hear something simulator, I
Yeah.
just imagine a really stupid game. And
I
when
do
I imagine
too.
a really stupid game, it's Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
So a goat
Goat
simulator,
Simulator.
but where
So-
you're a bee.
Maybe that is it.
Maybe that's what the rings are for.
For being a goat, I don't get it. but
honestly, I said that, but then when I was done with the sentence, I was like, yeah, that makes no sense.
oh, I'm actually looking right now. This was awarded the best social game in the Europe Development Awards.
Bee Simulator?
What? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Best social game. So I'm guessing there
Wait,
might be a
Is it
multiplayer.
out now?
No, I don't think. No, it's not out yet.
So it's got an
2019,
award
but it was
before it's
obviously
released.
Well, I mean,
Movies
do the same thing, right? They show each
Fair
other.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Still weird.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to be a bee? Get Bee Simulator. That's all I'm saying.
If it's a social game, it's like an
now.
MMO.
Well, Goat Simulator did Goat Simulator
Simulator.
did that.
Did they do a
Right?
multiplayer?
They brought an
the
out
whole
an MMORPG.
Goat MMO. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of mad.
That was
but,
so stupid.
I mean, it worked though. People played it, so why not?
I mean, it was great. It was stupid in a great way.
Yeah, it was. We also have Borderlands 3 on the list set.
Oh yeah,
Of games
Borderlands
coming
3. When is that coming out? Or is
I'll tell you right now, I don't know.
well,
Borderlands 3 release. It is coming out 13th of September, so we still got a long time, kind of.
okay. I had an impression it was going to be somewhere in the summer, like it was soon.
Same.
I don't know.
No,
I
it's a
like
while.
there's a massive.
We can't speak today, Zet. It's just a thing. We gotta accept it.
I mean, it's late, Lew. It's late.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're recording this at 11 p.m. because this is the only time I'm free.
It's past midnight for me.
Oh right, yeah. We're recording this at 12:14.
No, but but Borderlands 3 had like
Yeah.
a massive marketing campaign. At least they had massive amounts of YouTube ads, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Borderlands. It's a great game, but Borderlands 3 doesn't look new. It just looks like the same. Like a new world, new weapons.
They can't.
But I don't. Yeah,
they can't really do that
much.
with the cell shade. What's it called? Cell shading.
The shader. Just shader.
No. The way they do it, right?
Yeah.
They can't really. It's kind of hard to make a game look really clean.
Yeah.
With the shader they use.
Especially when it's like the shader and the whole sort of texture style they use is simple but outlined.
Yeah.
So you can only make a texture that simple. You can always make textures higher quality, but you cannot make textures lower quality.
Yeah.
But
do you know, I've just read that they've sold over 43 million copies though, and that is a lot.
Oh my god.
That is a very.
But I mean, that could
very
also just be
anticipated
like
game
Borderlands
right
is a massive franchise. So
Yeah.
it could be because, and it's probably because of that, because the game's not out yet, so no one knows how good it is. But
No,
I
it's
don't know.
true. But I
I'm
mean,
not
you
that
played Borderlands
excited
2?
myself.
Yeah, I'm not either. I played Borderlands 1 a little bit, Borderlands 2 more than Borderlands 1, but not too much. And they're interesting games, but there's always a game I'd prefer,
Yeah.
It sounds bad to say, but it's not up there for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good game. I can tell you that it's a good game, but
I think I played
not my
through.
cup of tea.
I think I played through Borderlands 2 like 60-70% or so. It's a great game. Like, I feel like it's a game that, you know, when you have a game that you want to just have sort of a lengthy playthrough, and you want to have a lengthy playthrough where the gameplay's fun and you can play it with some friends, you can sort of follow each other in like a story, and it's not too heavy or complex. It's just a shoot 'em up looter. Yeah. That type of game. But I feel like that type of game is also just its own thing. You know, you can't really expand upon it. You can add new guns and new enemies, new areas, but you can't really
It's always
invent.
repetitive.
It's always repetitive. It's built for being repetitive, though, because a looter shooter is interesting that way. But I don't know. I haven't played Borderlands in a while, so I've just fallen out of that. So I don't really see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we do play, because I mean, we're looking for multiplayer games to play. If we do play Borderlands 2 and enjoy it, I'll probably be hyped, right?
I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
It's been such a downtime, I think.
I'm sure I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And I'm pretty sure that it is a game where if I get to a point where, hey, I don't know what to play next, it's going to be there on the list of games that I might pick up.
Oh, do you know what? That's a good segue, because this is what I want to pick up. Okay. Pokémon Sword and Shield Zet. This game looks insane. I mean, it's kind of... Have you seen like the trailer, the announcement?
I saw the trailer that they showed way back at like a Pokemon
when they
Direct.
first
the first one
announced it.
Yeah.
It's the one where it kind of looks like they're in a kind of London-y town.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the British kind of, industrial kind of town. It looks cool.
I just think, like, I'm just so impressed by the 3D.
Yeah.
I used to think...
they really developed it.
When I played the last Pokemon, like the last real Pokemon I played was Platinum, I think. Right. And then, because I never had a 3DS, right? I played Let's Go, but you couldn't really call that a real... I mean, it's kind of close. But the 3DS games, I saw some gameplay of, and I was kind of like pushed off by the 3D, you know? I kind of like the 2D, but now that I've played Let's Go for a while, you know, it's good. Like, it's actually really cool.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy the style, the look of it, and whatever. I mean, the last game I played, right, this is a shock, because the last game I played was... I just looked it up, 2006.
2006?
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl. Platinum is in the same generation, so it's about the same for me.
Yeah, 2008. But those were my games when I was younger. I played Pokemon Emerald, but that was because my brother had it. But my main game was Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. But Diamond and Pearl, amazing games. I played through the whole thing, defeated everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Amazing. But I haven't played since, because I haven't really... I like you, I didn't really own any Nintendo products after this, but recently bought a Switch.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play.
Exactly.
Sword and Shield.
And as far as I know, it's like like an actual Pokemon. Like, you have wild battles.
Yeah. No, it is.
You know, Let's Go had the weird sort of catching mechanic.
Yeah, you can't really kill a Pokemon, could you? It was very PG. But
and Pokemon games are like also always sort of a really good length. You know, you got the main 8 gyms. I'm assuming it's still 8, and you got the championship thingy.
Yeah,
and then you got the whole post game thing with all the legendaries.
Yes,
there was so much to do.
The thing is, every time I think of it, it's so nostalgic. That's the problem, because I played it in 2000, you know, 6. That is a long time ago when it first came out. I was playing it. I was 7 years old, 7 years old, and I was sat on my couch playing this game. Amazing!
So good times.
That was my childhood, and I just remember beating all the gyms.
I'm excited for that one. I'll probably pick that up as soon as it comes out. When does that come out, though?
100%. Oh, well, let me tell you.
I don't know.
Release date. Well, it says 2019, so I'm guessing it might be in 2019.
Oh, just a good guess, man. Just a good guess here.
Maybe. I don't look. I'm just throwing it in the ballpark. Yeah. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, okay. I'm nothing to base it off of. Just estimate 2019.
So you've seen the new starters too, right?
The new what? The new starters? Oh yeah. I don't know if I like them though, because they all look too cute. I'm not fond
of them. Yeah, true. No. I really prefer the old Pokemon styles. They've all gotten way too weird for me.
They've gotten like sort of round and like wobbly.
Yeah,
which is what I would say cute. I think they've gone like in a cute direction. I'm hoping that that's just the starters though. like that the last evolutions are gonna be cooler.
Yeah,
because that was the case for most of them.
Right now, I'm looking at the starters, and they do look cool at the end. But I'm just gonna show you. I'm just sending you a picture right now of the three main ones. And if you have a look, right,
yeah,
the one on the left looks like Turtwig.
It really does, actually.
Grooky, it looks like Turtwig completely, and Sobble, just for you guys at home, it looks exactly like Mudkip, like a Mudkip kind of thing.
It looks similar, but it's mostly the tail. It looks like a rounder Mudkip.
And the blue, yeah. A Scorbunny is kind of unique-ish.
I mean, it's kind of close to the problem. What was the last? No, the last fire was the fox, right? What's it called? The minnow. But they're not exactly identical. So Turtwig and Grookey look similar, but Grookey is a monkey and Turtwig is a turtle. So it's probably just the pose that they're in right there, and like the maybe the proportions of the head to the body. Which one will you choose out of these three?
Oh, I've always been a fire type, but I just want to change it up. For once in my life, I've always picked fire though. They always look the coolest.
I've always picked
obviously
mixed,
Charmander.
Actually. But I think for this one, I'm going with Grookey.
Right. Yeah. No. I might go for Scorbunny. Look at it. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. We won't talk about anything you can't see anymore. But that's for you to look up. You can have a look at the starters. You guys at home.
Yeah.
And check them out for yourself. They're really cool. But Turtwig, Mudkip. What's going on? That's all I'm saying. So yeah, last game I kind of want to talk about the main game, which I'm really excited to see at E3, is a game called Skull and Bones. It's
never heard of that.
Pirate game. It's a pirate game. So
is it gonna be like what was that other pirate game that was recently sort of out?
Sea of Thieves. No. It's very realistic. This one. That one was quite cartoonish. With I can't really explain Sea of Thieves. It was very kind of sandboxy.
Yeah. You just had an open world and you just sailed around, met other players, stuff like that.
I mean, this is very similar. This is more like the sailing on Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Okay.
Like the kind of you feel like an actual pirate. Where
I never played Black Flag, but I played 3, which did have sailing.
Amazing. Yeah. It's great. It's a great game, Black Flag, and the sailing in it is amazing. And they kind of when I saw this game, they kind of lent quite oh god, can't speak. They pressed quite hardly on the fact that it was like a lot of sailing in the game.
Okay.
It was focused on sailing and how that element is meant to be really cool because you come across many random things.
They have to have a really, really cool sailing mechanic if it's something that you want to be doing for hours without seeing an island. Yeah,
exactly. And the water looks mad. It looks so like wavy.
Yeah. We've come
really,
far
really
with
cool.
technology. Water can look so great in modern games now.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. But yet again, this release date is only saying 2019. You never know when it's going to come out. What's going on? Oh.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking it might be 2019.
I don't know, Zet. I think in 2020. I don't know. I don't know. I can only say these things, okay?
Whenever a game just says a year, you always think it's like, it's far away because we don't know the date. But then there's some games where they're just like, it's 2019, and then it's like a week later, it's tomorrow, or something like that.
Yeah, no, that is true, actually. like that Harry Potter game I mentioned on the podcast about influence. Was that last podcast? I don't know.
That was last podcast.
Bloody hell, it feels like it's been ages.
It was ages.
Well, it has, actually. No, it has. And I'm very sorry yet again. I apologise profusely. But the Pokemon game, right?
Yeah.
I was in a cinema watching Detective Pikachu, just chilling, minding my own business. And then it was like, calling all wizards. My ears perked up. I was like, I've had emails about you. I know you. Oh, man. Trust me, it caught my attention. It caught my attention straight away. And I was perked up and ready to be a wizard. But you know what? That's coming soon. It said summer 2019, and I couldn't be more excited. I can't wait to be a wizard and catch some Pokemon.
Catch some Pokemon.
Yeah. So what about you? Any games you're looking forward to? Any ones on the radar?
I'm looking forward to Super Mario Maker 2.
Do you know what? I never played the first one, but
I didn't either because I bought a Switch I bought a Switch solely for Smash after Mario Maker had already come out, and I never got around to buying it. And then they announced Mario Maker 2, and then I was just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna buy 1, I'm just gonna wait for 2. But like, I always love making stuff in games, like levels, the games itself. Like I make a bunch of stuff for Gmod all the time, and like,
and it's so cool.
Mario,
right? You can make it exactly.
I've had
how you
so
could,
like I've had so many good times with Mario. Also, like with the modern Wii, like Wii modern. No, those Mario games on the Wii where you could play multiplayer, and it was just so much fun playing with friends and just moving around in the levels, and the levels that are sort of, you know, they're still 2D, but they have this 3D sort of visual style.
Yeah.
And then I saw Mario Maker, and I just imagined it was just going to be a really simple old school Mario, you know, low texture blocks that you put in a tile. But no, it's full like graphic world. There's moving platforms.
You can choose whatever kind of generation of Mario. Oh god,
so many things.
And
then Mario Maker 2 comes out, and I don't even know what Mario Maker 1 had, so I don't know what's new in 2. But I imagine like it's gonna have everything.
Yeah, I watch a lot of content on Nintendo. I love it, and Mario Maker was amazing. I gotta say, definitely one of the best Switch like Nintendo games. Sorry. Because it was on the Wii U, right?
Yeah, and it's also just like, you know,
one of the best.
You know,
100%.
when you buy like a console, like especially or maybe only when you buy like a Nintendo console, you feel like you gotta have the Mario game, you know, on it. Yeah. You know, and I feel like Mario Maker is the one here.
My first game with the Switch. Yeah, my first game with the Switch was Odyssey, because I loved Super Mario Galaxy.
Odyssey was great. Yeah.
Yeah, and Odyssey, amazing, right? I completed it in like 4 days, unfortunately, because I was just grinding out.
Yeah.
Yet again, I was at home, so you know, nothing to do, grinding out Mario, and it was amazing. I can't believe how good it was. Mario games, 10 out of 10, and I don't know why I doubted Super Mario Maker.
Yeah,
but it definitely lived up to his standards.
I'm Super Mario Maker excited 2, for Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, amazing. I'm definitely gonna get it, and you should too. And we should play each other's maps.
Does it have like No, it probably won't. I was gonna say, does it have online multiplayer? But I don't think it will, because the Mario, the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe does not.
Yeah. Do you ever remember? But did you had a DS, right?
I had a DS.
Which DS did you have?
Just a
normal
DS.
Original ones. Right, because I had a DS Lite, and a DSi.
Oh yeah, I had a Lite.
Those. Yeah.
But it was identical to the normal one in terms of games.
Right. Did you ever have new Super Mario Bros?
Yeah. Yeah.
And did you ever play with people on that? And you could play like little mini card games.
Yeah.
Do you remember them things?
I was so good at that poker game.
Yeah, I was too. I was amazing. But that local co-op kind of thing, that was amazing.
Yeah.
You could be Mario, someone could be Luigi.
There was
good times.
Nostalgia,
Look,
man.
Nintendo is just nostalgia. Nintendo is just nostalgia.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo.
Just their entire brand is just built on nostalgia.
I think it is, actually, because Detective Pikachu.
That's why their market is dwindling, because new people won't understand it.
All the old people are dying. No one knows Nintendo anymore.
People are dying and new people won't get it.
That's
no,
sad.
I don't think so.
But
I think
Detective
it's
Pikachu,
very
right.
I feel like that's a really foolproof marketing plan. You know, you make a game that is so children friendly that children pick it up, and then when they grow into adults, they still pick it up because nostalgia.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's amazing. And the same with Detective Pikachu. Like, I went to see that as an adult.
Well, was that a very childish movie? I got the impression it was kind of a... Have
you not seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, 10 out of 10, honestly.
Should I see it?
I was more excited for this than Endgame. That says a lot about me, right?
Even after watching it?
No, but I don't want to spoil. I don't want to... Look, it's a great movie, 10 out of 10, but Endgame is just 11 out of 10, right? Like, can't beat that. But amazing movie. I will tell everyone listening right now to watch that movie. Amazing.
I might go watch it. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Super Mario...
you know, the whole impression thing of a bunch of ads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Harry Potter. Get out of my head, Harry Potter. God
Please.
damn it. time I go to bed, it's just ringing around in my head. Harry Potter, become a wizard, become a wizard, become a wizard. No.
No.
Become a wizard.
I already told
Stop
you.
it.
Stop
looking at me like that. Okay.
No, but what
Harry
are there
Potter
other
stood in
games?
the corner
Are
of
there
my
other
room.
games coming out? Because it's pretty much just Mario Maker.
We got. Yeah.
Do you know of any others?
Well, what was that one? It was his name Hideo Kojima game where he did like the PT
really bad
thing.
at names, so.
Oh right. Do you know that PT demo thing with that scary chick in the hallway?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
PT.
he's making a new game. Do you remember the game he's making? It's got Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead in it.
Oh yeah,
Daryl.
that game. What was it?
What's it
Death
called?
Stranding, I think.
Death Stranding. That looks. Oh my. Well, wait.
I have
Do you know what?
no
I don't know
clue.
how it looks.
I have no clue what that game is
all
about.
All I can go off right now is the graphics, and it looks sexy. But as to what it is about, what on earth?
I mean, we've seen how many? I don't know if there's more trailers. I just remember seeing 1 or 2 trailers. I mean, I don't know if I saw 1 trailer or 2 trailers where they're just both really similar. But it's just him walking in like a wasteland.
Yeah.
And he has like a big hazmat suit that he takes off eventually to cross a river. And then the camera goes into his mouth, and then there's a baby in there. It's like
There's a baby in there, and it moves around, and it looks at me.
and it's like, what is the game about? I don't know what the game is about.
I have no clue. Maybe it's about babies and throats. You don't know.
I think
no
there
one
was
knows
actually
what it's about.
now. I think I actually remember there was a gameplay trailer video of some kind.
Was there?
And it was also just sort of walking around. It was like third person.
Wait, was there like a kind of black smoke in it?
That
Oh, wait, I
might,
be thinking
yeah,
of something
yeah.
completely different.
Actually, I
Yeah?
think so.
I think I might have seen it. There's like a little
I just don't get what that baby was all about.
Look, I think he's kind of like a really good director, kind of artsy quite kind of guy, and I think he was just going for some edgy content, you know, something that won't get monetized.
Something that won't
baby
get
in the throat.
monetized.
Look, you don't want a baby in the throat. That's demonetization.
Yeah.
number one. Like exactly. So,
But that game's apparently really hyped up. So naturally that
It
gets
is,
me
it is.
like interested in what the game
Of
is about.
course, yeah.
Even though
Like
I
the
have
PT demo.
absolutely no clue. If it's a horror game,
Yeah.
fantastic. Because that PT was great.
Yeah, that PT was very suspenseful, and that was a demo for a game he was releasing.
Yeah, that got
But
cancelled.
Do you know what happened with that?
Yeah, it got cancelled.
Yeah, it got cancelled because wasn't he got fired, or he didn't want to work with his company anymore, who made Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know if that's the case. The thing that I've always
Right.
thought it was is just because PT or Silent Hill wasn't his actual property, so he wasn't allowed to make it. Copyright.
No, I'm pretty sure it was because the people who were developing it just fell out. They fell out. Something happened where it wasn't. But then he moved on to Death Stranding, which had the same, because the PT demo had Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead in it as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
In the
Oh, yeah.
trailer. It had, so he has a keen eye for this guy. I don't know why.
I really hope it's a
But-
horror then, because
Yeah, I mean, it kind of
PC
sounds like it, right?
was great. I feel like horrors where the graphics are amazing are really great because in horror games it's all about immersion. Like how well do you follow the character and how much do you think you're in the world? Because then you get more scared.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
with
that's
that.
why
Resident
like
Evil 7, amazing.
that's why like some horror games that at least when you play them by themselves you don't notice it, but then when you compare, they just seem less scary, even if they pull off all the same scare strategies and mechanics.
Yeah,
So I'm excited if it's a horror. Even if it's not a horror, I'm still excited to see what it is. But if it's just sort of some sort of
Yeah,
like
100%.
open world playthrough type of thing, I might not get it.
yeah. I just read the reviews first, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do when a
You know, I
when a
might
game
buy
comes
it
out.
just to figure out
What's it
what the
looking
hell's
like?
up with that baby.
Yeah, I need to know about this
I
baby.
need to know about the baby, man.
demonetization, baby. What is going on? Yeah, no, amazing. Looks good, and that kind of brought like the kind of well hyped game, kind of sparked an idea in my head. What wasn't there an Elder Scrolls game?
Yeah.
like kind of
They
teased.
just
Oh my God.
recently teased Elder Scrolls 6.
Do you know what? This is another influence kind of thing. Look, this podcast, I think we're just going to go back to influence quite a bit because we found out what it means. But I'd never really played Elder Scrolls.
So you haven't?
Oblivion and Skyrim. I played a little bit of Skyrim, but I couldn't get into it. I don't know why.
Oh.
I think I got stuck on a mountain and I just didn't want to play anymore. I just never got back to it. I played about 8-9 hours in, and I just got stuck on a mountain. I was like, yeah, screw you, Dawn Fosro Da, whatever you're saying, Dovahkiin, I don't care.
Dovahkiin, I don't care.
Just do your Dovahkiin over there, and I'll stay here. But because it was such a hyped game, everyone loved it. The graphics were amazing for its time or whatever.
Skyrim was amazing.
Yeah,
I played it
looked
through.
Amazing.
I was just about to brag. I played it through twice. It's not a lot. Some people play through it a lot more.
Yeah, people have played through it and continue to play
but
through it.
But it's also just like every playthrough is so different because not only is it like I mean the main sort of storyline is the same, but all the side storylines are often like exclusive to each other. So if you go the vampire route, you can't go the werewolf route. And if you go...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you have to play it multiple times. It's not just like
you
can do one playthrough and you can just do all the side quests and you've done everything. I mean, you can probably get a mod that allows you to do all of that, but like just vanilla-wise, and then there's the whole, like the DLC. I don't think I finished playing through Dragonbone, which is the last one. But the first one, Dawn God, is also the whole werewolf versus vampire thing, and you have to choose one side. Like there's literally a point in the mission,
that's cool,
in the quest where you have a dialogue choice, and it will lock you out of half of the game, of the DLC, and you have to.
What did you choose?
I think I went with the not vampire side, the. Dawn God.
The werewolf then.
No, I don't think they were strictly werewolves, but they had had some people that were that, and they also had trolls. So they had a bit of a creature.
See, I'm a vampire guy, man. I love vampires. I'll just Twilight the movie. I'll slurp that up. I'm joking. I don't like those movies. I don't hate them. They're okay. Look, I kind of like them. Okay. Stop.
Confessions. I didn't even say anything. You're pressuring yourself.
Stop looking at me, wizard, in the room.
It's back to the wizard. The wizard is just your peer pressure.
I'm hyped for it, right? I'm hyped for it.
If Elder Scrolls 6 is a like sequel to Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, and it's not like a side game like the card game Blades or online, if it's like an actual Elder Scrolls game. Oh, that's gonna be great! Cool. Like, we've just talked about amazing graphics. Imagine that in Elder Scrolls. Like, it's the go-to fantasy world, and I imagine if they do like a new single-player open world game.
What just happened?
I don't know what happened. Game.
Open world game.
I think I was trying to say they, but a bit too fast. It's a game.
Game. Okay.
No, if they make it with the modern thing, it's gonna be like a bigger world than Skyrim, and Skyrim was already massive. Elder Scrolls Online, as far as I know, was like the entirety of Tamriel, like everything, like entirety of Skyrim, entirety of Oblivion.
We bought that. We nearly played it, but we didn't.
We played a little bit, didn't we? We played like in the beta.
We did play a little bit.
Yeah, but like if they could do that in the MMO, they probably could in the single player too. So could you imagine a Skyrim where it's the entirety of Tamriel? Just literally the entirety, 5 times bigger than Skyrim, maybe even more.
It would be mad. But I mean, yet again, for a non-Skyrim, non-Elder Scrolls player, I can't really process.
Okay, well...
But I imagine it would be
and we'll take
mad.
a world that we both know the size of. GTA 5, right?
Yeah, I know that.
So Skyrim is about twice as big as that?
Bloody hell, didn't realise it was that big.
Or maybe... And maybe it might actually be the same size, because GTA 5 is actually pretty massive. It's just zoomed out a lot. But then still take 5 times that?
Yeah, no, that would be crazy.
Because Skyrim or Elder Scrolls is usually divided up in countries. So you have the country Skyrim, you have the country Morrowind, and that's where the games take place. And then you have Elder Scrolls Online, which take place in all sort of the entire continent with all the countries in it.
That's mad, yeah.
I hope this might be the case, but we probably shouldn't get our hopes up, because if you did make such a massive game, like either it would be very barren, or it would just take such a long time to make that it might not have come out already.
I mean, they've had the time.
Not if they also worked on Elder Scrolls Online. Or is that a different studio?
Yeah, but I don't know.
It might have actually been different too, but they also made Fallout, so it might just be a different country.
No. But I mean, different games have different kind of departments, right?
But even if it's just the same size of Skyrim, that's still massive. Like, that's still just GTA 5 fantasy world.
I'm just excited to play one finally because I didn't get the chance. Wait, I did get the chance, but I got stuck on a mountain.
Just never did.
I just never. I got the. Oh, look, those mountains, man. I tried to get down. I just kept falling and breaking my legs. And I was like, "What do I do?" So I just.
I feel like Elder Scrolls 6 is an instant buy.
Yeah, no, that is one of the instant buys for me, I think.
Oh, then there's this other really cool game. I don't know if they're gonna reveal it at E3 or when they're gonna reveal it, but
right?
You know Duck Hunt, right?
No.
The VR game.
No.
Okay, you don't know Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
It was like
What? Explain Duck Hunt.
You know the classic Duck Hunt where it's like the game where you shoot ducks flying and then there's a dog laughing at you in grass.
Yes. Oh yes.
It's like a VR sort of recreation of that where you play as a kid who sit in his room using like a controller gun that you point at the screen and click. So you play a game in a game, but then
that's cool.
Eventually it goes a little bit weird. Like you play it one level every day, so it's like you sleep and you wake up, but then like eventually the dog like disappears from the game, and then suddenly he walks outside your window as like a VR sort of nightmare thing. It gets really disturbing.
That ain't cool.
It's such a cool game.
That is not cool.
No, it's a really cool game.
No, it's not. I can.
Yeah, it is.
No. Okay. Well,
no, but it's made by you know the YouTuber group Node.
I do.
It's made by Brandon in that group, or at least he's the leader of the company that makes the game. And they're making a new game, which is the one I'm excited for. It's a VR game as well. It's called Boneworks.
Boneworks.
It's a game.
Interesting. What's it about?
It's a game where every single interaction is a physics interaction. Like imagine imagine you hold a gun in a game, right? That's just tied to your hand, your VR controller.
Yeah.
Because this is a VR game. In Boneworks, you have to actually physically grab and touch the gun to pick it up, and the gun shoots by you physically pushing the trigger, which means you could take a stick and shoot it by pushing the trigger with the stick.
That's mad.
You can take...
That'd be
crazy. You can take anything. You can take your hand. If you grab onto a ledge and then move your hand down, you will actually pull yourself
lift up. Whoa.
Interesting. If you take something that's really cool, it's like so the game itself takes place in, at least the demo levels they showed off on the Node channel, takes place in like it looks like a development like an in development map, where you have orange tiling floor and gray tiling walls.
I know,
like a debug thing. Yeah. I think that's intentional. But then you have sort of robot head crabs or something that are the enemies.
Yeah, sounds very Half-Life-y.
It's very Half-Life-y. And then there's like a whole a puzzle element in it. They didn't show off too much of the actual game. They just demoed off the different mechanics. So they might have been just test rooms. They wanted to keep that secret. But one thing they did is when one of those head crabs launched itself at the player, he literally grabbed it out of the air, like just because his hands touched it. And then he smacked it into his own head. And that killed it because the force of his head colliding with it. So he just headbutted it. And it died.
That sounds amazing. That genuinely sounds amazing. And you know what? I'm definitely going to look at the trailer for that now when we get off this podcast.
It was so cool. Literally everything is physics. There's not a single not physics thing is what they said.
Mad. That's
I
crazy.
am so excited for that. Although saying that, I probably can't play it because some of the puzzles they showed off requires you taking a crowbar, jumping, and then using the crowbar's curved end to grab onto a bar and then sort of swing in the crowbar.
Okay.
But any type of movement that isn't teleport movement is going to make me motion sick in VR. And this game looks like it's building upon it, so I don't know if I could actually play it.
You got a bit of motion sicky there?
I get so motion sick if we don't have teleport movement.
That's mad.
A lot of people do that. That's common, but it sucks that it had to be because this game looks so cool.
Can you evolve that? Can you like make it better?
What, make like motion sickness better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, some people say that they have, but other people say that it doesn't change. So I think it's different from person to person. I haven't really tried enough.
You should try and up it. Yeah.
Because I usually just play with teleport movement, which most games have.
Yeah, but in the future, nothing's going to happen. That's only because there's restricted movement.
I'm not so sure if motion sickness is ever going to go away. I think that might be a permanent problem.
Not. Yeah. Genuine. Yeah, definitely.
But the whole that reminds me. That leads me to the other cool thing that has actually happened. Is like Valve also announced their new VR headset. Valve.
Bloody hell. I haven't heard Valve doing anything.
Yeah, Valve finally does something.
Oh my god.
When VR first came out, you had the Oculus Rift and you had the HTC Vive.
Yeah.
And the Vive was like the Steam VR headset. It was like, the Valve one, but it's still made by HTC.
Yeah.
This one is Valve's own one. And, the specs of it is impressive, but I don't think that's sort of the whole breaking point here. It's just about as good as the Vive Pro, but half the price between the Vive Normal and the Vive Pro. So the Vive Normal is $700. The Index, the Valve headset, is $1,000, and the Vive Pro is $1,400 or something like that. Right. So it's better than the Pro, but cheaper. But the whole cool thing is the controllers. The controllers, the Knuckles controllers?
Okay. Yes, those ones.
That's them. They're coming out now.
Oh, right. Wait, no, I must not know then, because I know of...
It's the VR controllers where you strap, like you have a soft strap around your hand, so you can let go of the controller.
Yeah. I see.
The controller has sensors on the handle so that it knows when your hand is closed. It tracks your actual fingers, and that's why what I'm thinking. Why I'm thinking about Boneworks too is because in Boneworks you can grab things with this controller.
So it's very compatible.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And it's also built with force sensors so you can actually squeeze. They've showed some demos where you actually crush things in your hand if you squeeze hard enough.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
I'm excited.
The heavy-handed people who just grab things too hard on a normal basis. Just crushing everything in every game. No! My dog!
So I might definitely buy the controllers, and depending on... I might try and sell my Vive secondhand and then use that to buy the actual Valve headset if I can get a good amount of money for it. But at least I'm going to get the controllers.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be backwards compatible with the old trackers as well.
Wow, that's really cool. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. That sounds really cool. I wish... I'm not in the whole VR scene, unfortunately. I have nothing VR. I've never really tried it. I've tried a few things at Insomnia.
Okay, you've tried a little bit. At least you've tried it. Once you've tried it once, you know what it... Like how immersive it really is.
Yeah, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
But VR does have a really tall price paywall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's really expensive to get into.
Me, a student, I'm a boy who doesn't have money. I have to pay for food.
Yep.
I have to pay for things.
It's not particularly common. And it's not looking like prices are going to go down by much. I mean, the new Oculus Quest, the S, is only $400. So that's actually a pretty good step down.
Well, that sounds good. Yeah, that's a good price. Yeah. That's a good price. But Oculus has always kind of been inferior, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and this one is too.
It kind of like...
But I mean, you get what you pay for, right? It's definitely better than the Oculus Rift, which was more expensive. But... that's just because we're moving forward, but I think it's a good enough because the Vive and the Rift were both good enough and still are good enough. So if you're not really willing to spend that much money, then the Oculus S is probably also good enough.
Right.
So that should be fine, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for those controllers, though. I tend to be an enthusiast when it comes to gear, so I tend to always look at the best you can get without...
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
So I don't think I'm going to be looking at the Oculus at all.
And if I can't get that, I won't get...
Exactly.
Yeah, if I can't get the best, I won't get the cheapest,
exactly. Then you'll try and save up, but then you'll just forget, and you just, you never got it.
And I'll forget. I never got it. No. That was happening exactly... I talked about getting a Switch for so long, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I was like, that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to save for a Switch. I'm finally going to get a Switch. Like several months down the line, I forgot about it, and I bought something else. But PS4 Pro. And eventually I was like, you know what? It's time has come.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one now.
And now you have one.
And it was amazing. It was worth it.
Yeah.
Do you know what else was worth it?
What else was worth it?
I just want to talk about this. And, right, okay. I'm going to go into this topic with a little warning beforehand, Zet. There's going to be spoilers.
Spoilers.
I want to talk about Endgame.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Endgame.
But I want to talk about it with no kind of restrictions.
Okay. So spoiler warning
audience,
here. If you have not watched Endgame, what are you doing?
yeah, that's true. First of all, sort your life out. Second of all,
sort your finances out. Third of all, buy a ticket.
Yeah, but seriously, get off this video if you haven't seen it. Okay. Because I'm going to talk about everything. And it's going to start in 3, 2, 1. I'm not actually. I'm just scaring people. I'm scaring people. They had to click off very fast there. No one's here now.
How many are still here? You're mad, lads.
You're mad. If you haven't seen Endgame, props to you for still being here. Well done.
Okay, so
Endgame. And if
you're
watching Endgame at this present moment, that's weird. Why are you doing that and watching? Why are you listening to a podcast and watching
You're just sitting in the movie theater at the same time.
That's weird. Stop doing it. So yeah, Endgame. I have no words for what happened in Endgame.
It was really cool.
This is a little bit after, obviously, all the hype. The hype is kind of dying down now.
It has been a while.
But yeah, but I still want to chat about it because I saw it a little bit late. I didn't get anything spoiled for me, luckily. I saw it about a week and a half late, which is very late.
Yeah.
And didn't get it spoiled. But when I watched it, bloody hell, it defied all my expectations. And it made me a sad boy. It made me a happy boy.
Yeah.
but ultimately, it left me content. I think
it was a really good way of closing it.
It was wholesome. I think. With Iron Man's death, that hit hard. That hit hard.
When I first saw it,
he was one of my favorite.
When I first saw that moment where he's dying, I didn't quite believe it.
I didn't.
I was
either.
just like,
I was there. I was
gonna
like,
be a dramatic thing, but he's gonna probably, be saved by someone doing something heroic last 10 minutes. But the movie actually just straight up ended, after that.
Yeah.
And then you see the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Man.
And it's all about Iron Man being gone. And I think that's really cool,
and
by the way.
it hits home. It sinks in, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, this is happening. This is like how it is.
After watching Endgame, I thought, that was going to be the closing of this entire
like the
Avengers
kind
arc.
Of thing,
we had a bunch of movies. There's like so many movies before it. They couldn't really have kept it going.
21.
It was what I thought. And then I knew Far From Home was coming out because that was revealed before Endgame came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought it was just like a prequel, like happens before Endgame, but after
I see.
Homecoming. But then you see the new trailer, and it's like it's not even like a new chapter, starting fresh. It's like a continuation.
No, it's just completely afterwards. Yeah. Well, Marvel have said, they've released that they are releasing 5 new movies, at one after another again. So they're starting it back up.
I have no doubt they're going to be
completely
making
different.
New movies. I just thought it was going to be a new chapter, a new
like
villain.
The end of a chapter.
Maybe there's going to be a new Avengers movie where Iron Man is just not there, but it's still just an Avengers movie. But no.
Would it be called the Revengers? That would be a good name. No.
That's a reference to something joke. That is not out yet.
Yeah. Whoa, keep an eye on Zet's channel. That might come out in the near future.
That might.
That was a good session. So, yeah. No. But it was interesting in the movie because do you remember at the end? Well, first of all, I got to talk about Fat Thor. That was hilarious.
When I saw Fortnite, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
I knew they had made the collaboration with the whole Endgame game mode in Fortnite, but I didn't know it went the other way.
Mm-hmm. They reciprocated, and it was amazing. And the thing is, the fact that guy, what was he called? Like Noob
Master 69.
Noob Master 69. How amazing is that?
I just love that.
It's like, I'm just
really
defeating Noob Master 69, and he's like, yeah, right, mate, money. Yes, I like. I made a rock. I don't really know much about movies.
And I love how he was the one playing, and he's just handing over the headset to Thor.
He's like, Thor, someone's chatting shit over Mike. Thor's just like, oi! Yeah, no, amazing
and
scene.
That scene, like, it didn't even seem like, he was bothered by it, but he couldn't stand up for himself. Yeah. It just seemed like Thor had told him, if someone does this, please give me the headset. He was like, yeah, it's happening now.
I know, yeah. Oh, amazing. But I loved how at the end of the movie, Thor joins in with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I reckon they are going to make Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. But
and
have
Thor's
you seen
be a part of that now?
I saw some. I can't remember if it was a tweet or whatever. I saw it, but there was like a comic, because a lot of this is based off of comics. Don't know if you knew.
Yeah, I didn't
One
know.
of the comics is called As Guardians of the Galaxy.
What? I was gonna say wow.
I honestly thought when I saw, when you see Endgame, I thought, Thor is based off the Thor comics, Iron Man is based off the Iron Man comics, and then sort of at some point down the line, comics became outdated and movies became the normal. So then at least some of the more later movies were original movies, is what I thought. So you had Infinity War and Endgame, I definitely thought were, here we have all these comic stories, let's make a movie where they all collide. But then it turns out, with this whole As Guardians of the Galaxy thing, that was also a comic the entire time. Like,
nope, I'm looking right now. It was released in 2018.
Okay, I guess I'm wrong.
I didn't realize they were still making them up. I just looked it up. Didn't realize they were still making Marvel comics. But 2018 September it was released.
But that's still after Endgame.
But Thor isn't even in.
Is he not?
There.
Well, he has to be, because the title.
But
Guardians, Asgard and Guardians.
Yeah, but Valkyrie's
well, that's also a Thor
which
character.
Is an Asgardian. Yeah, of
Thor
course.
has
I
to
think,
be there
obviously
somewhere.
they might adapt. Yeah, they might obviously adapt and put Thor and the actual Guardians of the Galaxy in there.
But I always thought that was a
really
little bit of a
cool.
weird combo.
Yeah, no, but I really enjoyed it in Infinity War when they kind of picked him up outside of the spaceship.
I feel like
when he was flying around.
Part of why that was really good is just because their humor. But I feel like in general, movie writing has just become so much better. Like the early Avengers movies are definitely not bad, but they're not funny. They're just exciting.
No, well, they kind of adapted to the audience, because the first Thor movies were terrible. No, they weren't terrible. The first one was good. Second was quite crap.
That was the Dark World, the second one.
Third
right?
one.
Yeah. Can't remember
terrible.
If I watched that,
was
or how long it was ago.
All right. Well, it was bad. But the third one, they kind of were like, we realize that Thor and Chris Hemsworth is quite funny, and we're gonna completely rewrite him. And I think that's
Which
why
one
they
was
kind
the
of put him
third
with the
one?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
And I think that's why they put him in the Guardians of the Galaxy, because I reckon they're kind of the two comedic films, right? And you kind of got Ant-Man in there as well. But those are like the two main comedic films.
And Ant-Man is all because of those
perfect
interns, though.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, Ant-Man is a phenomenal character.
I think
he's so
those
underrated.
guys come back, those three.
Yeah, it was good. But I'm really interested, because I reckon there is going to be a nice movie with the Asgardians of the Galaxy, as you said.
But I always love when
September 2018.
a story develops over such a long time that you cannot possibly think this was all planned from the start.
Yeah.
So you had the
I know.
I can't remember when the first reference to the Infinity Stones were, but was it in Guardians of the Galaxy? I know one of them is the Tesseract, which appeared earlier, but I don't think it was ever revealed to be an Infinity Stone in that movie. Age of Ultron, right?
Was it?
Or was it in that?
I think it was Thor. A
Tesseract has been in all 4 movies, or at least it's a core thing in the 4 universe, but I can't remember if the Infinity Stone that is the Tesseract was revealed in...
Yeah, I'm not too sure when the...
But I remember that when watching Guardians of the Galaxy and they reference Infinity Stones, it just sounds, because you hear about it from that collector guy, it just sounds like that's an incredible treasure, but it's besides the point. And then it turns out it's not besides the point. Well, it was for the movie, but like for the universe itself, you get back to it. You see, you see not even Infinity War, even just a couple of movies leading up to Infinity War, they really start putting focus on it. We have
it's kind of they hone in on that
exactly.
idea. They probably had an outline of it from the start.
Well, I mean, they probably did.
They were like, okay, this is kind of this is what we have to drive.
I remember after watching one of the Marvel movies, one of the later ones in the cinema, I started piecing it together. I was like, hold on, that has appeared a lot.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and I saw confirmation that that's gonna lead into something. And I was just amazed by that because I love sort of behind the scenes lore that is just so interesting and eventually gonna be brought to the foreground instead of remaining forever in the background.
It is good, and not a lot of things do that. Game of Thrones kind of does it. They don't do it well, if I'm honest. They do it mediocrely, but it definitely like tops everything. Infinity War, Avengers.
Can we just like also appreciate the actual like last few scenes with the whole big fight? There's like the one scene where the camera sort of zooms out and you just see Captain America standing on the rock on the far left, and you see Thanos and his entire army on the right, and it's sort of so beautiful in visuals.
Very cinematic.
The sky is sort of very yellowy glowing, and it's like in the crater.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool.
It was good.
And then
really
the music builds up, and then all those portals appear, and the music does a whole lot.
Oh, when the portals appear, man, do you know how many shivers went through my body?
Exactly, me too.
I felt like I was seizing up. It was mad.
The music does a whole lot there. I noticed the music. I was like,
of course,
that's good music there. That's the music doing this. But man, the music with the visuals is what makes it. That was
completely phenomenal.
I gotta say, when the movie started,
I mean, we got it,
and Thor just cuts off Thanos' head. Yeah. I got so surprised.
I was too. I was like, "Is that it?"
Yeah. No, I knew it wasn't it, but I did think like
I did. I thought it was it.
I knew the movie.
I was like,
I
this
knew
is
the movie
ended.
was 3 hours long, but I thought it was I thought it was gonna be like a movie where Thanos is dead and they're just dealing with the aftermath by themselves for the rest of the movie.
Oh no, that's what I thought. Yeah, I wasn't like, oh, this is the end of the movie. I was like, oh, so that's kind of the end of Thanos. Yeah.
But I gotta say,
that's
disappointing. I gotta say, I was actually kind of sad that Thanos died. You know, in I was sad in like 2 ways. I was partly sad in a way that Thanos is just such a well-written villain.
He's a great character.
He is, and he's such a good character. He has.
You can like identify with him.
Exactly. You can like, even if you don't agree, you can understand.
Yeah.
Why he did things. He's not evil. You know, he's not an actual evil villain that just does things because world domination.
He wants balance in the universe, as he calls it, which is fair enough, you know.
And he stands by his claims even when he was unarmed and restrained by all the Avengers that went to his home. He didn't like and regret it.
It was a weird death too, because this is why Thor went into that kind of depression thing, because he cut off Thanos' head and he was like, well, I mean, that didn't help.
Exactly.
Because he kind of regretted the fact that
I think there was a bit of a rage moment after that, and then it sets in.
Yeah.
But the other, like, I also honestly got like sympathetic sad, because Thanos just seemed like such a normal guy at that farm. You know?
Yeah, he was trying to live life. Yeah,
but at the same time, he was living out his life alone. You know, he used to be. I can't remember if he was a general or a family figure or what he was before, but he had people around him. Now he's living off alone. It seems like even he is in pain, and then he just gets slaughtered by Thor, who didn't think.
He did it.
And that actually invoked like a sadness that was higher than when Black Widow died, because I honestly didn't really care about her.
I didn't care about that at all. And you know what? I found it funny that they were both jumping at each other like, I want to die. Yeah. It's like, I don't care. One of you die quickly.
But what does that say about
the funny thing
villain?
Is, right?
When a villain makes you more sad about his death than the main characters of the movie.
Yeah. No, it is. That means great writing. Yeah. That's what it means. Amazing. And it was world class. Do you know what the funny thing I thought about that Black Widow scene?
Yeah.
Is that Nebula was with them the entire time. And Nebula knew exactly what happened to...
Wasn't she with War Machine?
What? No. But she knew that they were going to... what's the place called? To get the Soul Stone?
I can't remember what it's called, but the mountain.
Yeah. But... Yeah. She knew they were going there to get it. And she knew that they had to be sacrificed. But she didn't say anything. She was like, oh, they got to deal with this.
Oh, yeah.
She knew that her sister got thrown off. And she was like, hold it, like, ring, like, oh, yeah, I can't tell him that.
I didn't even notice
That's
that.
so
actually.
funny to me.
Like, did she
I
visibly
was
hold
like-
it back, or is that just something you think about?
No. I don't think it was
Okay.
visibly, but I like as it was happening, I was like, Nebula, why aren't you like confessing that one of them's gonna die?
You're gonna die, man.
Yeah, but it was funny. That was funny. I also, we got to commemorate Captain America. That was great at the end.
With how he like
Where
became old.
He relived his life with that woman he loved back in.
I think that's a
Avenger.
really cool and really good way to end it. But honestly, I don't know if I liked it personally, because I kind of liked him as a character. I didn't feel like I was done with him, you know?
No, I was tired of him from the first Avengers. I've always found him to be the most boring. I can't deal with him.
Okay, well, I did.
So
I disagree.
I think he
with
ended
that.
in the perfect way for me.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a really good ending. I just don't think I wanted to get rid of him
I
just
think
yet.
He ended in the most Captain America way, right?
Yeah.
Like he saved the world, and now he just wants to live out his life in peace.
Yeah, which
it's
is
really
what he
good.
always wanted.
I enjoyed it. It was amazing.
There's only one real
we should
thing.
wrap up this podcast.
There's only
soon.
one real thing about Endgame that I think sort of dragged it a little bit down, like a tiny bit, from an 11 out of 10 to a 10.9 out of 10, tiny. It's how, like, with how much I love Thanos as a villain, his reincarnate or the time version that comes up later, obviously the same character, but at the end, he says sort of during the fight, it seems like he gives up on the ideal that made him such a good villain. It seems like he's like,
I thought he was a different person completely. I was really blown away with how
no,
different
it seemed
he was.
like at the start he was just doing the invasion because he knew the stones were here. That made sense to me. But then eventually he says, like, your world just annoys me, now I'm going to destroy it all. And then it just goes back to cliche villain.
No, he definitely like kind of got a bit enraged and was like, I just want to kill you all.
And that goes back to cliche villain, because I felt before that he was such a cool villain because it seemed like he had control over his emotions, and he was,
Yeah, I know, but it kind of proves that everyone has a tipping point, and he just reached that. Like, I think it still makes him quite real.
I felt more like it was more of a little bit of a cheap way out. But then after the movie, I felt like, what else could they have done? The movie had to end.
Yeah.
He couldn't very much not put up a fight. He had to do something. They couldn't just keep going with the, I need the stones, and then it would just repeat. So I think they did the best they could. So I'm that's why I'm not letting it drag down. I just feel like that's a little bit of a bummer that they couldn't have kept that one up.
I agree with you. No, I definitely agree with you. And I didn't really think about it until now, but yeah, you are right. It is a complete like turn of character for him, which I didn't expect.
I do think like the whole Endgame, the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe leading up to Endgame is going to be a really good collection of movies to rewatch sometime. Years later, just do a marathon. They're bringing out a box set, aren't they?
They're bringing out a box set. I think it's called the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. That's a really great way to wrap it up. And then I'm still excited
really
for
great
the
title as well.
I'm still excited for whatever comes next, because even though Marvel movies, some of them are known to just be this really stereotypical action movie, that entertains me.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely excited to see all of them. So whatever comes next,
100%.
It should be cool.
Yeah, definitely. Right. I think this should be the end of the podcast. We talked about quite cool stuff this episode.
Quite cool stuff.
Yeah. So if you want to, like we said at the start, if you want to help us with putting some art on the front of this, on what you see in front of you right now, if you're watching it on YouTube, which is the only available platform, so you better be. So yeah, if you want to put your stuff here, go to our Discord. It's in Art Gallery, or Twitters, which are in the bio.
Mm-hmm.
In the bio? In the description. Sorry. Yeah, follow our socials. We'd love you on our Twitter. We'd love you on our Twitch. Whatever. Just follow our socials.
Follow us, please.
And we'll...
Follow us, goddammit.
How many times do I have to say it? Bloody follow it.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, that's beside the point.
See you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So, Lew, what flavor monster did you get?
Oh, why does that even matter?
Karen.
So, I reached at the edge of my city.